Hey folks, Lester here. This morning we're going to address a little problem that I'm having with what I'm looking like is a growing desert there in our front pasture. I was talking recently about, hi babies, hey kiddos, hey babies. That's cute. Oh, I love that. I didn't bring any worms, but I promise I'll go get some. Because how can you say no to you guys? How can anyone say no to you guys? So what I've done this morning is I've dropped off a pile of lumber and I'm going to build a pig house. That sounds weird. I'm going to build a pig shelter. So it's going to be a pretty simple concept. What we're going to do is we're going to move the pigs into this front pasture, which gives them access to the pond and all of the shade and the mud that in this area through here keeps mud year round. Even now in these 100-degree days, this is just full of mud where these pigs like to lay up and do what pigs do all day. And also it's going to be a place where the ducks and the geese can stay without having to. Hey everybody! Look at all these kiddos. Oh my goodness, I love these boys and girls. You're so pretty. I was trying to make a serious video, and it's hard to stay serious when all these little ducks and geese come running. All right, so I'm going to pause my video just long enough to go get some worms, and then I'll come back and finish up what I was talking about. Is that okay with you guys? All right, the looks you're giving me is like, how dare you come out here and not bring us anything? Oh, all right. Well, I brought you Pig Trudy. All right, so let me get some worms and I'll continue my video. All right, so I'm headed back out. I got the mealworms. All right, babies, come on over here. You're going the wrong way. They don't realize I've come around the backside. Over here, kiddos. Oh no, they don't realize that I come over here. They went all the way over there for nothing. And now the ducks are going to eat first. No, duck, hey, wait, babies. Oh, here they come. Everyone's confused. This is kind of like it. This is like air traffic controller gonna. Oh my goodness, they all met in the middle. They're like, wait a minute, where's daddy? I'm over here, babies. This is funny. All right, this is the funniest thing ever. I have confused them because when I came out the first time, I stood over here in the corner, and now I've had to come to the gate. Babies, over here! And look who's going to get to eat first, the mean ducks. So if you guys don't already know, these are our original ducks, and they're quite mean. All right, well, oh boy, here everybody comes. Okay, here we go. Worms for everybody. Worms for you all. Here. All right. Woo, they're hungry. Everyone is so hungry. Sheesh, I'm sorry. I've been starving you guys. I'm sorry I've been starving you all. Oh, there's Adam or Steve too. Oh, boy. All right, I'm sorry. Oh, they're mad at me. Everyone's so mad. Hey, Oli, you want some worms? Oh, Tiny Tim wants some worms. Come on, Adam. Or Steve. He's such a sweet little guy. All right, everyone got the worms, I promise. Here we go. Worms for everybody. Oh, they love their worms. These little mealworms. Tim, they're all over your head. I don't like to feed them in the dirt. Okay, so now I'm going to get back to the whole reason that I started this video. We're going to build right here in the shade of these pine trees a pig shelter. And the reason we're going to do that is because we're going to start leaving the pigs up here in the front. I'm going to close this gate right here. Hey, easy, easy, easy. I'm going to start closing this gate and having the pigs stay only in this pasture. And there's really no need for the pigs to go up to the other pastures because there's not a water source as far as them to lay around in, which is what they're looking for. They have their drinking water here, and of course they have the pond and all the area to lay in over there. And I will have to come out here and mow, which is the only downfall, because without having anything grazing on the grass, it's going to require me to keep it mowed. But that's minor. I come in the gate right over here after I mow the yard, just mow this pasture real fast, and it's going to be the best thing for us. And I was saying in a recent video how these ducks and geese are turning this place into like a desert. I mean, look at all this, folks. It was never like this before we got the ducks and the geese. You can see the little footprints. They come through here and they just are scratching, and I had no idea they were going to eat so much grass. And my whole concern is that if we're going to have a desert type look, then I'd rather be here in the front pasture than over in the side yard where, right there in front of our house and stuff. So that's what our plan is for today. Annie's not real sure about this idea because she enjoys coming to the front pasture every once in a while. But in case you're wondering, none of the animals really drink from the pond. I'm sure the pigs probably do, but it's very seldom do you see an animal walk over and actually drink from the pond. They actually prefer the water that we put in the water troughs. So no one should be concerned about a lack of water. We fill the water troughs 2 or 3 times a day, clean them out and stuff. So the ducks, the geese, and the pigs will be contained to this pasture, but I do want to build them some kind of a shelter because even though they love the water, they don't like to be rained on. They need a place to go when it's raining. And we will drop some hay in there so they have a place they can snuggle up whenever it's cold. And what's even better than that, and you folks may not realize this, is that whenever I feed, the pigs only have to compete with each other. They don't have to compete with all the goats ramming them and everything else pushing them out away from the feed bowl, because that actually does happen. So it's going to be a win-win-win all the way around. Like I said, the only downfall is it's going to make me have to mow this grass. Well, as long as there's any grass. It may not last for long. And it's going to make it where Annie and friends can't come up and hang out along in this area. But they're seldom here anyway. Most of the animals prefer the side and the back spots by the barn anyway. All right, well, that's my project for the day. If I can keep these ducks and pigs content while I work, there's my lumber. And I'm going to probably construct that building right around through here somewhere so it stays in shade. I want it to be shaded. All right, let's get started. So a pig shelter doesn't have to be very high off the ground. As a matter of fact, I'm thinking that the roof will only probably be about this high. That will allow the pigs to go under and just lay. They don't stand, but just so high anyway. And so I'll probably bring that roof up to maybe about my chest high. It'll be a real low structure, so I don't have to do a lot of digging, which is going to be great. I'm going to try to center it here between these 2 trees, so even though it's out here in the front pasture, it still looks nice from the house angle. Thinking right about here will be best. The pigs all get along real well. Pig Trudy is the only one the other pigs don't really accept, and I'm not real sure why. I guess it's just the feral hog in her that has them a little bit leery of her. I love her, everyone knows that, but for some reason the other pigs don't really want to accept her. As a matter of fact, no one really accepts her except for her friend Pebbles. Pebbles and her are best friends. I don't know why everyone else is so mean to her. So I want to show y'all something, what makes this so difficult to dig. Let me show you why this is going to be such a hard project, because the soil is so dry. It is just such a fine, dry sand that it's really hard to dig these holes. Let me show you what's happening here. I pushed my pulse toe diggers in, right? And what you do now is you have to open these things up. And as I open them up and lift out, look, all of the soil, sand, is falling right back in the hole. Look, they're open to full width. They're opened, opening here closes them down there. Yet all of my soil fell right back in. That's gonna make this job 10 times harder. All right, time to put the camera down and get serious about this. I was telling you guys how no one likes Pig Trudy. And it's sad, because she just wants a friend. But she wants to play. And everyone else, look at the hair on Ollie's back stand up. Pig Trudy, baby. Sweetie, I'm sorry. You do have a friend over there, Pebbles. But Pebbles doesn't feel like playing right now. I'm gonna go try to play with Annie. Maybe Annie will play with you. No, no, Annie doesn't want to play either. I'm sorry, Trudy. Yeah, Trudy just wants a friend. And she has a hard time finding someone that wants to play all the time like she does. So, I guess she has to just play with Daddy. Come on, Trudy, come with Daddy, come on. Come on, baby. Hang out with me. That's okay. Come on. There we go. Come on, baby. Just stay with Daddy. All right, so I got my first pole set in the ground. I will come by and add a little concrete to it in a few minutes to keep it nice and sturdy. But what I want to do is measure off 7 feet from pole to the next pole. And the reason for that is because my metal is 8 feet. And so I want to make sure that I have an overhang. When I set my metal on top, I want it to overhang each side 6 inches so water can run off. The water can run off and out of the pig shelter. I don't want water to run and drip in where they lay and sleep. So like I said, I'm going to put my post 7 feet apart. And being that my metal is 8 feet, that will allow me 6 inches on each side for that water to run off on. Okay, so far so good. You have to excuse my loud breathing, but the way I combat that soil from falling right back into the hole, I put a little water in there. I get a little scoop of water and put in there, and that helps the soil kind of clump together. I got 2 pole sets so far. I'm working on the 3rd one, but for every time I drive those post toe diggers into the ground, over half that soil falls right back in there. So what I'll do is put that water, let it sink down. It'll filter right down through that soil. And once it filters down, I'll be able to dig it out of there a little bit easier. The problem I'm having here also are the number of roots. So I can chop through these small roots, no problem. But being I'm so close to this 10-year-old pine tree, I'm having a really hard time digging through some of the larger roots. So the post toe diggers are good at chopping through it. And this should be, that one right there was tough. I went through a couple of roots. This one here, I think I'm hitting the same roots or the same size roots. It's tough. But, all right. It's so hot, it's hard to breathe. It's only 9 in the morning, so it's not like heat hot, if that makes any sense to you. It's humid hot. But I got the posts in the ground. I got them all squared up pretty. So even if we're up in the yard looking over here at the pasture, it'll look nice. That's important to us. So I think the pigs are kind of excited. Tim has come over here to hang out and watch my progress. And of course, Pig Trudy never leaves my side. Her and Pebbles hanging out over here keeping an eye on me, keeping me safe. I'm gonna take a little break before I put the concrete in the ground. I like to set the posts first and just put a little bit of dirt around them to kind of hold them in place, make sure everything's squared up nice. And that 80-pound bag of concrete is no joke. So I'll do the concrete next. And at that point, I have to let them set for a while. Let that concrete harden, cure, they call it. So there we go. That is the beginning. It's going to be an 8x8 pig shelter. I say pig shelter. So looking at Adam or Steve over here. Not real sure what he's doing. I thought I might have caught something funny there for a minute, but he's just looking around. He's watching me work too. There's something funny. You can always count on Pig Trudy to provide entertainment. She ran those two goats out of here. She's like, whoa, 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 whoa. This is a pig pen. Did y'all hear my dad? A pig shelter, not for goats. All right, folks, check out the progress here. Starting to get real hot. So as you can see, oh, everyone's coming to visit. So as you can see, nothing fancy here. It's not real high. It only comes up to about my belly button in the front, and it drops down, it slopes towards the back. And so I'll go get the metal now and put the metal on top. And we're gonna be done with this project. Folks, I am about to scream. I'm about to, okay, I'll be honest, I'm saying a lot of bad words inside my head right now. I'm not, look what I've done. Okay, everything's fine here on the front. Got a little bit of an overhang. I put this piece of metal on there though, and look. Oh no. Oh, Lester. Folks. Oh my God, I'm the dumbest. Dumb. Oh. So here's what I'm just realizing. First of all, look at, everyone wonders why no one likes Pig Trudy. Because she picks on everybody. She's over there trying to get Annie and Ernie to wake up. And they don't want to wake up. Annie was enjoying her time in the shade. And Pig Trudy is insisting. Pig Trudy insists that she gets up and plays. Annie's pushing her with her neck. Oh no, don't spit on her, Annie. Pig Trudy just wants someone to play with. That's funny. I needed that comic relief because what's happening over here behind me is not funny. How did I do that? How did I okay, so here's what I did wrong. Remember how I told you I should have measured from inside to inside, and it would have been fine. But like a dummy, I measured from outside to outside. This is a 4-inch post. So that adds about 5 inches right there. You take 5 inches on both ends, that's 10 inches. That's almost a foot. And remember all that overhang I was gonna have? Well, I have an underhang now. No. Oh, I am a waste. Why? Oh, sometimes I just don't slow down to think. You know, I would say that this has never happened before, but this has happened to me plenty of times. And you would think that I would learn my lesson and slow down and think and remeasure. There's an expression, measure twice, cut once, maybe. measure once, cut twice. Well, I measured once, but there ain't no cutting gonna happen here. Oh no. I cannot leave my pigs with that much. This is all this metal I had. It's been used. It's nothing new. I didn't want to buy new stuff. All of this wood is used. I didn't want to buy anything new for this project. All right, let me figure this out. Let me figure this one out. Okay, so this here goes against every law of nature. And if anyone ever comes over here and they see what I've done, they're going to, I'm gonna be so embarrassed. So if I run the metal this direction, it looks stupid, but it covers from side to side. Please don't come look. They're coming to look. They're coming to look. They're ready to spread the word. Everyone's coming to look. Everyone's gathered around to look. If I run the metal in this direction, it looks dumb, but it offers the shading that everybody would need. I don't mean everybody for goats, this is for pigs. And it offers a protection that the pigs would need after I put the walls on it later and put some pine bark or some cedar mulch or something in there to give them a bedding. As far as rain runoff, so obviously it was built with a slope so the rain could run off that way, but these ridges are going to make that where that can't happen. But I don't think that it's not like it's going to be for a house. I think that the rain would still end up pushing off the sides, so I don't see it leaking. It just looks dumb. I hope that it just looks dumb. Okay. I have no words, folks. Hey, Trudy. I think Trudy's okay with it. I think she's giving me her nod of approval. She says, thank you, Daddy. Now I got a place to sleep when I'm hot. No, Trudy, that's your place to sleep when you're hot. Dirty water. All right, so it's about 11 o'clock. It's hot. And I guess if there's anything good that came out of this little shelter, well, there's two things. Check this out, folks. This is just coincidence. You can't see it. It is perfectly at the height where it's hidden behind the top board of my fence. That's awesome. That means that no one can see the cluster. Almost said a bad word. No one can see what I've done, the mistake that I've made. But number two, what's really neat is look who's under there sleeping. This is awesome. It's on day one and it's already being put to great use. It's already being put to great use. Hey, Tiny Tim. So it may look, it may not look great, but you know what? Tiny Tim's not complaining. He's actually happy. Oh my goodness. Guys, I didn't bring worms. Every time they see me, they think I'm gonna feed them. Or they just want to say hi. Okay, I like to think that they just want to say hi. Okay, so you know what? It was not a total loss anyway. Everything's fine, folks. It may not look that awesome, but guess what? You can't even tell. From this perspective, you can't even tell, which is awesome. Thumbs up, Lester. Thumbs up.